everyone. Wow, it has been too long since I've done a video. Let's see if I can pull this off. Today I have a Christmas gift that I need to make, and I've waited until the last minute, but I want to etch a cookie jar or a goodie jar for my mother-in-law to set on her counter with cookies, goodies. I was going to have it say Grandma's Cookies, but then I decided maybe Grandma's Goodies would be better, so that if she doesn't have time to make cookies, she could just buy candy and fill it up. Anyway, so we're going to personalize this jar, and I thought I would also cut out some gingerbread men, or I think there's some different candy pieces on some of the Cricut cartridges. So we need to figure out what we're going to do, but I would like to do maybe a candy or gingerbread border around the top or the bottom, and then put Grandma's Goodies. And we are going to use the Cricut to cut out the stencil material. What did I do with it? And I bought this at Hobby Lobby. It's called Cricut Cuttables Adhesive Back Stencil Material. And I know a lot of you use vinyl to cut out your stencils, and I think that works great. Hobby Lobby was out of vinyl. I have also heard of others that use inexpensive contact paper. I think anything that's sticky back that you can cut on the Cricut probably would work. But I am doing this as a last minute Christmas gift, and I couldn't mess it up. I don't have time to redo it. So I went ahead and bought the Cricut Cuttables Adhesive Back Stencil Material. It's $11.99 for a 12 by 24 inch sheet. Of course, if you have a coupon, that would make it even better, but Hobby Lobby didn't have any good scrapbooking coupons this week. Anyway, so that is what we're going to do. Let's move on over to the Cricut and see how it goes. Alright, I've got the Cricut cutting out my words for my goodie jar. It says Grandma's Goodies. I am using the Making the Grade Cricut cartridge. I did have to go ahead and up my multi-cut to 4 rather than 2. 2 did not cut through it at all. So I'm doing multi-cut 4. My pressure is on max. And I had to go ahead and use Scotch tape to hold down the edges, because even though I have a fairly sticky mat, the stencil material kept shifting. So I went ahead and taped down the edges with Scotch tape, and it seems to be working pretty good. So we'll let that finish cutting out, and then we will cut out our little decorations for the border or for the rest of the jar. And then we'll be ready to get to the fun part and try to etch it. Okay, we've got this cut out on the Cricut, and this is my stencil. I've peeled off the sticky back, and I am going to place it on my jar. I'm just going to try to line the edge of the sticky material up with the edge of the cookie jar to get it straight, and hopefully... Okay, it's a little crooked. Ah. I'm not so good at getting things straight, so I probably should do it like that. Then it would look like I did it on purpose. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Then is what you need to do in order to define the different letters on the piece that you cut out. You've got to go back and take out the little dots. And I think the sticky's off of those. Okay. And just kind of line them up. There we go. Just like that. I really, once I got this cut through this material, it's really good. I think it's going to be a good stencil and give a good clean etched effect. So there's that. And here is my goodies that I'm going to center underneath. And this, just to show you how easily the letters just pop right out of what you cut. Again, that's multi-cut 4 times. So I just pop those out. And I think think I may have just taught myself something. Let's see if it works. If I can leave those little pieces stuck to the backing. No, I guess because when I pull the backing off, duh, they're gonna come off. Okay, disregard that. I'm trying to learn as I go. It sounded good, but not gonna work. So let's go ahead and get those popped out. And if you wanted to put this up closer, if you wanted your words closer together, you could trim your edges, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. Peel the backing off, maybe. Well, shoot. There we go. Okay, so just peel it off. We are going to line it up. Probably about like that. Hopefully it's not too crooked. And then we'll go back and get the little pieces to fill in. Here's our G. And on something like this, I don't think it has to be perfect. And again, that's why I think I said earlier, that's why I chose this font, because it looks kind of elementary-ish since it's Grandma's Giddy Jar. I don't think it has to be too formal or too proper. Just cute and fun. And then I need to get my little dot for my eye. And it's awfully tiny. Very, very little. There we go. And the E. And I think this is probably the hardest part, just getting it all lined up like you want. Now we are ready to etch that. I'm going to figure out my border real quick before we move on. We'll get the border stuck.